Hi, friends. Grace Rizza here. I hope you're having a great day. And just wanted to reach out and talk about the difference between geo-targeting, retargeting, and all of those buzzwords that you hear about, but maybe you're not quite sure when to leverage with which strategy. So one of my clients, one of my favorite clients, reached out to my team this week and said, hey, went to this webinar seminar and they were talking about this geo-targeting and how it works. And I wanted to know, can you guys do that for me? And so first of all, the word geo-targeting just means you're running ads or you're doing some marketing method that is location-based, meaning your ad is showing to a specific geographical location. Geo-targeting is essential in all Google ads, Facebook ads. If you don't have some geographic targeting, then you probably aren't running a very effective campaign. So when you say that, just know it's a very, very vague term. Now, what some marketing companies are doing is they're using the word geo-targeting to mean SMS or text message marketing paired with geo-targeting. Now, this is different. This is when you walk into Home Depot and you get a text on your phone telling you about a special offer or a limited time discount while you're shopping here. You must know XYZ. And the reason this sounds so enticing to the dental community is one, it's high tech. And we are like moths to a flame when it comes to new technology. That's number one. And number two, it kind of makes this false promise that everyone who walks into this building or location is going to get this text message or this custom marketing that you've set up. And the reality is that the stars have to align for that message to go through, number one. And number two, it's very similar to really highly targeted postcard marketing in the fact that you're going to be spending a lot of money on the data and execution to hit a very narrow target market because of the technological hoops that we have to jump through in order to make this work at all. And so a couple of things to consider and kind of red flags and warnings for you with this type of marketing. Number one, the price per when compared to the exposure is disproportionately high and doesn't make sense. So you're paying more money for that really super narrow targeting to get your message out than you would pay to just blanket educate your community or your target market, right? So you have to still compare price to the exposure rate and then analyze that in comparison to other available options. And I am going to give you a better option that does allow for the same targeting. So stay with me through this whole video because I'm not just going to just poo-poo everything. I do have solutions for you. Okay, so quantity is down. Why is this? The stars have to align. The user has to be with the right phone service provider. They have to have their Bluetooth turned on. They have to maybe be on a certain Wi-Fi. They have to have their location settings on. They have to have opted in to a particular ad or thing in order to get this message. And listen, when it comes to the laws, they're only getting more and more strict with how you can communicate and with whom you can communicate a solicitation when they haven't opted in. So this isn't going in a direction that's very favorable towards SMS geo-targeted marketing, right? So we also want to look at those factors as well. So it doesn't work as well as the marketers who are selling it claim that it works. So that's number one. Number two, you're hitting people who are already in a business and most likely in someone else's business for a similar product or solution. So what's the problem with this? Well, if I'm a patient, I'm in someone else's dental practice, I am there for a service, and now I'm seeing your message telling me that you can do the service better. My initial gut reaction is, wow, that's really desperate. That's a little bit pathetic. It seems almost like you're begging for patience and you're willing to do anything. Sure, it's slick. Sure, it's high tech. Sure, it's a relevant audience, but they're already sitting down in another practice for that care. I want to take it down a notch and talk about what will work, but in a less aggressive, overtly desperate sort of way. Because remember, with your marketing, you're always looking to protect your brand as well. So you want to think, well, what implications does this have on my brand? What will the community think of me if I am sending random text messages to people I've never met, that have never opted in, trying to beat someone on price or services or whatever? It just doesn't, it's not a good look. All right. So the better move is to leverage retargeting. So retargeting is our ability to show a marketing message to a relevant audience that has already visited your website or that of one of your competitors. So let me give you an example, right? Like, let's say I am a dentist and I'm looking to attract more sleep apnea patients looking for an oral appliance. Maybe they have CPAP intolerance, and I want to target patients that have been to sleep centers. The first thing I can do is I can run display ads on Google to patients who have visited the websites of these particular sleep centers or sleep businesses. When I run these ads in Google, if you're really advanced and you know what you're doing, you can pick target marketing of visitors to other people's websites. Yes, as of December 2023, that is still a thing. The other thing you can do is you can retarget interests, you can retarget lists of patients. But when it comes to social media ads, you don't want to get so granular. You don't want to get so narrow that you don't have enough of a target audience. You don't have enough people in your audience to run a viable campaign, to get enough brand recognition, and to, of course, generate leads. So instead, you're going to want to take that same message, and for less money, you can push that message out to your entire community and you can educate them. So your social ads should be video in nature. They should be educational. They should be, recorded with the right tone. Ideally, they should be professionally recorded and scripted. And this is going to do a couple things. One, it's going to allow people to know what you do, what problem you solve, but it's also going to let them see your passion for what you do. And it's going to create repeat exposure, brand recognition, and memorability, so that when they are in the middle of the night, they can't take it anymore. They rip their CPAP off. They wake up in the morning with no CPAP on and just grateful to be alive. They know there's a better way because they've already started watching your videos. So video ads, powerful scripts, Google display ads paired with retargeting of your website or those competitor websites is going to get you far more exposure for the dollar without making you look desperate and without wasting your money. Because at the end of the day, the technology that allows for this geo-targeting SMS marketing is not quite where it needs to be to ensure market saturation, or even to ensure quantity of the delivery of these messages. And so keep that in mind when you're making the decision. Don't just chase shiny new things. Remember, that person you heard speak at a seminar, they were representing either a sponsor, their own business. There is financial reasons why they want you to purchase what they're selling. So make sure you talk to people who have actually done it. You found out how it actually works, and you slow down to understand, one, volume. How many people are we going to get our message to? And relevancy and cost. All three things have to be considered in order to determine if this is a good use of your marketing dollars. And in most cases right now, geo-targeted SMS marketing is just not quite there for it to be effective for the amount of money that it's going to take to run it, because of the stars having to align. All right, I hope this helps you. I hope if you were at one of these meetings or you know what I'm talking about, that this information is able to help you calm down and say, okay, maybe I need to take a step back, create some very powerful creative messaging, video messaging, talk about my passion, talk about how I can help people, and cast a little bit of a wider net. Because in educating your community on the things that they don't know, they're going to position you as the expert, you're going to build trust, and they're going to actually be an easier patient to convert once they do end up in your chair. Thanks so much. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you next time.